Hi and welcome to another Java tutorial. In this tutorial I will be taking a closer look at getter and setter methods. Now getter and setter methods basically allow you to gain access to a private field in a class. Now you could also make this field public, but it is the common practice to use getter and setter methods. Now, as you can see, I've already created a main class, which will be the entry point of our application through the main method here. And just for fun, I will be writing the actual code for this tutorial in a second class. So I will call that random class. Now, the first thing we are going to do is create an actual field we would like to access, and I will call this integer field SumInt, and I will initiate it with the value 5. Now when we go into our main class and we create an object of random class, and that's not spelled correctly. So random class, you can see in the code completion list here that our SumInt field does not show up. This is obviously because the field is defined as a private field, which means it cannot be accessed outside of this class. Now if, for example, I were to make this a public field, you get access to it here. But as I said, you can do this, but it is the convention to use getter and setter methods. Now in Eclipse there's actually an easy way to do this, and basically Eclipse has the ability to automatically generate these getter and setter methods, so you don't have to write them out yourself. To do so, you go into the source menu. Next you click the generate getters and setters item here, and then you can either select both or the getter or the setter of each field you would like to generate them for. So I'm going to generate one for both, and they will be added at your cursor position. So as you can see, I've got a getter here. This is basically a public method which returns the value of our SumInt field, and we have a setter method which assigns a new value to our SumInt field. The convention, as you might have noticed, is that the getter and setter methods both contain the name of the field you are trying to access, and they are prefixed with the get or set words. Now when we go back into our main class here, you can see that the get SumInt and set SumInt methods have appeared in our completion menu. So I'm just going to start with our getter, and to show you that it works, I'm going to retrieve the value and print it out. So I'm going to run this, and as you can see it prints out 5, and as you remember we initialized the field with 5. Now the next thing I want to do is change the value. To do this I will need the setter method. So I'm going to call set SumInt, and let's say we're going to assign a value of 10 to it. When we run this now, it prints out 5 first with this line here. Next it sets the SumInt field of our RC object to 10, and it prints it out, which is the 10 here. So that's basically how getter and setter methods work, and I will see you in the next tutorial.